This is the Dodgers POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Dodgers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Good afternoon. Hello and welcome to the Locked On Dodgers POSTCAST on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. I am Pete Fox, covering sports in LA since 2007 for ESPN LA and NBC Sports Radio. My third year here on Locked On, covering the Dodgers and the POSTCAST. Well, that was fun. Bust out the brooms. Sweeperific. Handing the Angels back a sweep after they handed us one last year. Today's episode brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win that first bet. Head to FanDuel.com to get started and download the app. Again, FanDuel.com. A $5 winner can get you $150 in free bonus bets. Today, yesterday, Friday was kind of like free runs. It really wasn't that difficult. And hence the reason why when the Dodgers lose to bad teams like the Angels, like the Pittsburgh Pirates last year, like the Giants this year, I get frustrated because I see what they're capable of. This is what they should be doing to bad teams. 31 runs over a 3-game series. None of these games against the Angels were ever in doubt. It was an onslaught. It was like spring training. And hence why I get, angry and fed up and just grumpy when the Dodgers don't do this all the time. Now, I know that there are times when things just aren't going their way, and it's going to happen when they don't lay it on thick, right? But I just wanted to explain myself a little bit, right? Because we see what they're capable of. We know what they can do. Now, they can also do this against very good teams, but it is a long season, and every season has its ups and downs. I don't care how good you are. But the Dodgers, again, today just came out swinging and keyed by the one and only Shohei Ohtani, who, again, had a big game. Not gargantuan, not, Ohtani-esque, but it was really good. Hit the ball hard, couple of hits, just a nice performance all in all. Three hits. So, matching Kyle Tucker, who had 3 hits and 3 RBI.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Now, don't say I'm a hater because I didn't give it to Shohei. Honorable mention to Shohei. 3 for 5, 2 RBI. He did strike out twice. Tucker, 3 for 5, 3 RBI, and only 1 K. So Shohei Ohtani keyed the offense in the first inning, helping them score that first run. Leadoff single, hard hit ball, nice compact swing. Amen, Shohei. You keep doing that. Just watch your video. I hope he's a guy that likes to go back and review what he did the day before. And I hope that will stick with him because that's the kind of swing that Shohei needs to have available. Now, I'm not saying he needs to do that every single time because there are times when he should be like, all right, I'm trying to hit a home run right now. I'm trying to hit one off the wall. I'm really putting my back into it. And I'm trying to just lace one to the gap or launch one into the pavilion. But when you're the leadoff guy and you're starting the game, you want to get on base. That's the goal. If you're leading off an inning, you want to get on base. And that's what the swing looked like. Nice compact swing. Just put the ball in play and boom. So that was good to see. And then later he had a bigger hit, a double. That was in the 4th. Hesson Kim legged out a grounder to first to keep an inning alive there. That was just about over. And then Ohtani wasted no time. First pitch breaking ball. The Angel pitcher, whoever it was at that point, threw it where you don't throw it to Ohtani. Down and in. And he knocked the crap out of it. A 2 RBI single. Then Pajes lined a fastball to left. 2 more score. 6-0. Game over.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Yeah. 4th inning. Hesson Kim deserves a tip of the cap.
It's time to reveal who made the biggest under-the-radar impact with today's X Factor.
Getting on there with 2 outs sparked the Dodger offense in that inning, and they posted 5 there in the 4th and never looked back. And Kim, 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, an RBI, came into this game 2 for 22. So that was nice to see him have a nice productive day at the plate as well. Freddie, back-to-back offers. I don't love seeing that. Andy Pages, 2 RBI, 1 for 5 with a run scored. We talked about Tucker already. Teoscar, 1 for 4, an RBI and a run scored. He struck out twice. Max was 0 for. Dalton Rushing was 0 for. Hit the ball hard one time, deep to center field. Just barely missed hitting it out. Miggy, 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. And Hesson Kim, a pair of hits today. The average at 274 for Kim, and the OPS in the low 9s. Sorry, the low the low 7s. 3 and 3 is 6. 698. So just under 700. So yeah, I'm not great at math. Feel free to insult me and call me names and all of that. Sometimes I can just see the 2 numbers, add them together. Boom, there's your OPS. Other times I'm like, take off my shoes, carry the 1. 698. Hesson Kim with the OPS there. So respectable. It's nothing to write home about, but it's definitely respectable. Dodgers today, final score as they took care of the lowly Angels 10-1. Dodgers 29-18, 14-8 on the road. Halos 16-31, 8-13 at the Big A. I don't know about you guys, but that kid sitting right by the microphone for the first 5 or 6 innings of the game, wow, I was about to just put a bullet in my head. I'm like, come on, really? I appreciate the enthusiasm of the kids sitting there right next to the crowd mic going, let's go Dodgers, let's go. Let's go Dodgers, let's go. Usually you hear that for a half an inning, maybe a full inning. That kid was nonstop for 5 innings. And I think Joe and Oral, or I think Nelly and Oral today again, had enough of it just like I did. They started commenting too. And I guess somebody, maybe his dad, they joked that it was the production staff gave him some ice cream. And that was the only time he shut up. I couldn't handle it anymore after 5 innings. I had to turn off the volume. I just watched after that. I mean, the game was pretty much out of control, in the Dodgers' back pocket and over. So it didn't really matter if we caught, the finite details of the game at that point, because it was just driving me crazy. I have a real problem with things being repetitive over and over and over again. I don't know how the dad, who apparently, well, it may not have been his dad, but they showed a picture of him on the camera, and the guy sitting right next to him, an adult, was wearing an Angel hat. And I'm like, how is the dad not saying, hey, that's enough, kid, pipe down? Because he was an Angel fan, and I'm sure that made it even worse as the little kids rubbing it in. Let's go Dodgers, let's go, for 5 innings, just nonstop. I was like, please, can the production guy, can the engineer turn that volume down on that microphone? I know he could. They have control. Like, they run these mics all over the stadium, right? It's not just one microphone. They have them placed strategically throughout the stadium, and he's got a little pot where he can pull the volume down, so it's not just the most annoying thing on the face of the earth. I don't know about you guys, but that was driving me absolutely crazy. Yeah, Craig agrees. The guy sitting next to him, his father, Angels shirt, mother is with a Dodgers shirt. So I'm just like, wow. You got to love the enthusiasm of that kid. He's getting after it. Also a message here from the chat, started off from Roy. Pete, where's the POS Yankees fan? Clown troll. Yankees lost again to the first place Mets. Wait, hold on. I was holding the standings upside down. Yeah, they're not here, Roy and Foxy Cinnamon. They don't show up when the Yankees lose and the Dodgers win. They've only come in one time after a Dodger loss. They're only here to troll us after the Dodgers lose to an inferior team like they did 5 games ago against the Giants. 5-game winning streak right now. They're nowhere to be found. So surprise, surprise. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. We come on right after the game, break it down for you, tell you what happened, tell you what we liked and what we didn't like. Lot to like over this series. Again, 31 runs, sweeping the Halos in Anaheim. Don't forget to check out Travis Rogers Monday through Friday. He'll give you his opinion on what's going on in the Dodger universe. It's an in-depth look as to what's happening with the Dodger baseball team. That's the Locked On Daily Dodgers podcast right here on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel with Travis Rogers. All right, today's episode of the Locked On Dodgers postcast brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. If you got a sweet tooth like I do, you know how tough it is to find that perfect treat without all the sugar. That's why the cotton candy 5 Hour Energy shot brings that nostalgic flavor back in a whole new way. It's that classic cotton candy taste you remember, but with a tasty caffeine boost and zero sugar. It's a quick, easy way to satisfy that sweet craving while keeping things simple and on the go. You can keep it in your backpack or your purse or your back pocket or your golf bag. And if you're on the back nine, you're running out of gas, unlike Aaron Rye did today in the PGA Championship, his first major. Congratulations to him, Aaron Rye, Mr. Two Gloves. He didn't run out of gas, but sometimes us regular people out on the golf course just kind of get flat. And we're like, I need a little boost right now. That's where the 5 Hour Energy comes in handy. Bring on the sweetness with cotton candy 5 Hour Energy shots available online, 5hourenergy.com and amazon.com. Today's episode also brought to you by Hims Sexual Health. ED is way more common than most guys think. Millions of guys deal with it at some point, and that's exactly why Hims offers a straightforward way to handle it. Hims connects you with licensed healthcare providers online, giving you access to legitimate ED treatment options from the comfort of your home. No awkward appointments, no pharmacy lines, just a straightforward process that makes it easier to take care of yourself. The whole process is simple. You just complete a quick online intake form and a provider reviews your information. If the treatment is right for you, it ships directly to your door in discreet packaging. To get simple online access to personalized, affordable care for ED or hair loss, weight loss, and many other things, visit hims.com/lockedonmlb. hims.com/lockedonmlb. That's hims.com/lockedonmlb for free online visit. hims.com/lockedonmlb. All right, Dodgers wrap up their sweep of the Halos 10-1. You could also give honorable mention today for player of the game to Roki Sasaki. A fantastic performance.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Well, this is what Nelly and Oral were talking about after the game, that it was Sasaki's best performance of the season. 7 innings, 8 Ks, 4 hits, and only 1 run allowed. But it was against the Angels. So you have to take that with a bit of a grain of salt. Nonetheless, he did look a whole lot better. First pitch, strikes versus swinging strikes. Let's see. Sasaki, 13 of 18. 19 of 24 for the first pitch strikes versus batters face. That's a solid number right there. 19 of 24 first pitch strikes. Called strikes versus swinging strikes. 13 called, 18 swinging. So he had him looking and swinging. A really, really nice outing for him. So hopefully he can build on that and just keep the momentum going now that Snell's going to be out till after the All-Star break. And obviously we probably won't see Glass now till around that point either. It was interesting. Again, another guy that I'm not really familiar with. And maybe you should watch the Daily Dodgers podcast with Travis Rogers more. Who's this McDermott guy? Where'd he come from? Chase McDermott, former Baltimore Oriole. It's funny, the last 2 or 3 days, these guys that have come in late in the game, when you look at their bio, they're wearing another team's hat. So I don't know who this guy is either. He would look pretty good today, though. 1 strikeout, 1 hit, 16 pitches. He's got a 0.0 ERA. And our man Vesia in there continuing to dominate. 2 Ks, 13 pitches, the rest zeros in his frame to take care of the Halos in the 8th inning. The ERA at 2.76. So when you look up and down the Dodgers bullpen, there's a lot of good stuff going on there. Oral Hershiser likes to say this far too often. Bad offense is a bad night. Bad pitching is a bad year. And it's a fair statement. I get it. But I feel like the Dodgers' problems of late have been related to offense more than defense. The pitching has been very good, especially through this 5-game winning streak. But again, sub 500 teams that have very little offense. So, that's why I think we were all pretty frustrated during that 4-game losing streak. Granted, the Braves were really good, but the Dodgers came in and won the first game of that series. And we thought, okay, well, they can hang with this team. They just needed a little bit of a wake-up call. But then they went out and laid 2 back-to-back 7-2 loss eggs. And then they lost 2 to the Giants that weren't close, 9-3 and 6-2. So those 2 games to me were based on lackluster, lethargic, sleepy, disinterested, flat as a cake offense. It didn't have a whole lot to do with the defense. Sure, yeah, they gave up 9 runs and 6 runs, 15 in total, if you want to do the math. If you want me to do the math, rather. So that's not great. But the fact is that the Dodgers weren't competitive at the plate. And that was the big reason that they lost those games, because they got out of control and then they just kind of didn't respond. Yamamoto wasn't great. It was his worst outing of the year in that game against the Giants, the 6-2 loss. And then the following one, the 9-3 loss, was also, look, the starting pitcher there didn't have a great outing. Let's go back and look real quick who that was. The 9-3 one was the first one. That was Sasaki, 3 runs on 6 hits. So that was respectable. Vesia got roughed up in that one. That was the first and only bad outing for Vesia all year. When the bullpen, let me back up. When the starters go out there and give you 5 or 6 and the bullpen is even halfway decent, it leaves it up to the offense. That's all they can do, right? The pitchers can't go out and throw zeros up night after night after night. If they keep it around 3, 4, it's more than enough for the Dodgers to go out and win the game 5-4, 6-4, right? That's all you can ask for. You can't go out there and expect them to throw up zeros or 1 or 2 and night after night and not score runs. You got to score runs. So let's hope that the Dodgers got a shot of energy in this series and they take that in their back pocket down to Petco to face the Padres in San Diego. Padres coming into this series just like the Dodgers, winners of 6 of their last 10, although the Padres are going to get underway against Seattle today at 4:40. So they have yet to play today. So we don't know what that last 10-game stretch will totally look like. But as of right now, the Dodgers have won 6 of their last 10 and 5 in a row. The Padres, 6 of their last 10 and 2 in a row. Dodgers right now sitting a full game in front of the Padres. If San Diego beats Seattle, then it'll be a half game as they head into that series tomorrow. No rest for the weary. Right back to work, 6:40 at Petco. Yoshinobu Yamamoto looking to bounce back from that shaky outing, which we just talked about. We'll take on Michael King. King comes in with a 3-2 record, a 2.63 ERA. He has struck out 50 versus 34 hits allowed. Yamamoto, 48 strikeouts versus 40 hits allowed. But King has a ton of walks, over double the amount of walks that Yamamoto has. 22 for King. Yamamoto's only walked 10. Again, first pitch, 6:40. We'll be here to break it down when it is over. Thanks for watching. Thank you for listening. And as always, appreciate the comments. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll talk tomorrow, and go Dodgers.